Hello, my beautiful people. What's tea? What's poppin'? How is everyone? I kind of know. I mean, you know that I know. All of the readers out there know. I think the rest of the world is starting to know that karma is a real thing. But that being said, we all have to work through it. Including myself, right? I do not. I just now people are like, oh, you think you're better than me because you don't like lie, cheat, and steal. And I'm like, I learned what karma is by lying, cheating, and stealing. And so I don't incur it anymore. So I keep my nose clean. Does that mean that I don't have any friends? Perfectly fine. I have a lot of friends. I talk to all my friends in my head. Right? Like that's where we're at. So yeah, it's a little rough. The towers, and it's not this is tower season. We're only getting started. So the towers are starting to come down. And in lieu of that, I have been guided to Wild Child Row is just like I put so much pressure on myself because I wanted to be like this astrologer and all this other stuff. And I like using astrology for myself, but teaching it, I didn't want to put all that pressure on myself. And I just kind of like, and the love reads, all that crap with third parties, like none of this matters, right? What really matters is what's going on in your life and how to start doing this for yourself. So, and the thing that I've done I've been a corporate trainer with all of my Fortune 500 uh, places of business. But I have a pretty robust contrary to the whatever belief, I have a pretty robust resume, and so I'm able to take a lot of things, and put them together, being in teaching roles in all of those different, anywhere from finance to restaurants to teaching. Okay, so I don't want to be the gatekeeper. I want to put this into your hands. So I'm going to be teaching you. We're going to be diving into, we're going to be myth busting. We're going to be, I bought a damn Ouija board, right? Because I don't like being scared of things. And when people tell me to be scared of things, and I'm not like trying to summon up or whatever, I can do that myself. I can close my eyes and talk to whoever I want to in the universe. Okay. And you can do that too. It's not just me. Okay, so it's not like, oh, I would just like to talk to like my aunt and say, you stand there and then let's play games. Like, let's see how this works. Because I don't know how any of this works. I've never been interested in the occult until I got basically dunked into it by other people. And people don't understand that psychic abilities have nothing to do with spirituality. A lot of times they'll go hand in hand and they're lumped, but your psychic abilities, you can be psychic and not, what do you think, pastors and preachers and people, you know what I mean, all over, and doctors and NBA star people, anybody that plays a sport has a psychic ability. They're tapping into flow. Okay. And that's where I want to teach you how to do this. I just don't want to gatekeep and say nana nana boo boo. I had all six clairs, but three of them were really latent and they didn't come into full bloom until I started working on them. Right. And they kind of get unlocked like levels. And so I'm just going to give you my idea of my experience of how I've navigated this world knowing nothing about it, because I was raised in the church. I was terrified of psychics. My friends would go to psychics before we go to the club, and I would stay in the car. I was like, nope, don't want anything to do it. They would go to the palm reader, the tarot card, and now I'm like, you know why it's so demonized? It's because the people that are doing wrong stuff don't want to be called out. I can tell you if your partner's cheating on you in three cards. I can remote view it for you if you want. That's scary, right? So demonize the witches, right? Because people don't like that. And I'm not making it true. The cards just read, they don't, it's not spirits. The cards pick up on vibration. And when you understand vibration, then you understand magic. And when you can understand magic, because I didn't want to get into it, but hey, when you're getting hit with it, what are you going to do? I had to defend myself. So now I practice defensive and protective magic, right? And it's only as needed, right? I don't need, people are like, beauty enhancement spells. No, I used to weigh over 300 pounds. I'm not going to even tell you but I've lost over 170 pounds. You know what? I took the fork out of my mouth. I didn't get candles. Yeah, I do candle work on myself to help me with my jealousy. Like if we go out to a concert, I like candles to help with other people being jealous and feeling that energy, but also with mine, so that because I tend to have a jealous spirit like in the past, and so being with a partner that's just as attractive as I am, a lot of things come up. So yeah, I have candles for motivation, candles for when I'm feeling down. Like so I work magic on my moods. I'm not, are you kidding me? I can't look like this doing beauty magic. It's all an illusion. This, like, I mean, no fillers, anything like that. But I take care of myself. I hydrate, right? I eat well, right? And when you start working on the inner, the outer. So that's why it looks like I'm aging backwards, but I'm not. It's just when you are a better person, and I'm a much better person than I used to be. Much better, right? Always, I was out of fear, and I forgive myself. Oh my gosh, the people I was raised with, the person I was married to, the people I've dated, the friends I've had, the workplaces I've been to. Oh my gosh, I should be a bitter Betty, but I'm not. Why? Because I enjoy being happy. And if that means I don't have any friends, that I'm fine with that. I have so much. I live such a rich life, and I'm going to share that with you. And so, for all the bitter Betties that are out there that hate watch, if you can't stand, if I don't like somebody, I don't, if I don't like Donald Trump, I don't watch Donald Trump to hate on him. I don't watch Paul. I don't like him, so I stopped watching the news, so I wouldn't have to see his face. I didn't go trolling him. Looking for shit. No, if I don't like someone, I turn away and I go towards something I do like. Okay. And so that's where people are like, oh my gosh, you don't care. And it's like, well, it's true. I don't care about people that treat me incorrectly, because I don't treat people badly. I don't. I do after you cross me, right? I'll match your energy, right? Well, I won't even match. I'll match the energy, but I won't match the actions. Just because you're talking crap about me doesn't mean I'm going to talk crap about you, because that's slander. And I know the law, and apparently a lot of y'all don't, and don't realize that it's persecutable by the law. But anyways, I digress. I don't, but you know. Subject lost. My little camera says when it loses the face tracking, it's like subject lost. Um, mm. So this is, I hate the word empower because it's so over, like empower women, but it really is. I want you to be able to say, is my person cheating on me? And pull 3 cards and find out, right? But the person that's cheating on you is going to demonize you for those cards because they don't want you to find out, right? So that's the whole thing with like the church and the demonization of divination, right? Because I don't need the cards. The cards are for you. I needed the cards at first because I needed, my soul needed them. Why? Because they were artwork. Nobody told me that tarot was art. Nobody told me that artists were here, like putting their souls and their intentions. Like they want to take away the beauty, right? They want to take away the music. They want to take away the books, right? Anything that artists do, writers, and they want to take these things away from us because it might open our mind and open our eyes to what's going on, which now everything's getting cracked open. And people joke about, you know, the age of Aquarius and everything like that, but it really is true. And now with the Saturn placements and now Pluto is going forward in Capricorn, which means, I mean, Pluto is like, it's been like a 15-year cycle, 20-year cycle. It's a really big deal. And if you have, I'm a Capricorn. So this means like this hellish last 15 years is finally going to be over with. And the people that have been wrapped up in it, and you know who you are, I'm exposing every single one of you. Word for word, the whole kit and caboodle. So that's also what this channel is about, is we are going to be deep diving and exposing people's secrets. Okay, we're going to be looking at cold cases. I don't know. We're going to see where it goes. But I'm also, as we go along, going to be teaching you how to do this for yourself. And if you're uncomfortable with tarot, most of the work that I do is not with tarot cards. Believe it or not. I have like, I think 35 decks and only 11 of them are tarot. I say only, but I have that. So, you know, you need to have the same type of decks in order to be able to, well, we're going to talk about that, okay? Because I'm going to talk about accuracy. People are like, oh, this, that, and the other. Yes, you can get very, very accurate, and I'm very, very good at what I do, right? And then I can show you ways how to incorporate and enhance your psychic abilities to put that together. Also, I don't know how to teach remote viewing, honestly. I don't even know how I learned it. I just kind of picked it up. But there's a lot of information out there that can help you if you want to get into remote viewing, which is now one of my strongest gifts, right? I like saying gifts because they have been given to us because they can't be taken away. All right. Excuse my thumb. I learned how to do my nails, but one popped off. I was like, screw paying these nail techs, right? $20 for chrome. You know, I bought a bottle or a box of mica powder for $20 that has 65 colors of chrome. All you do is take a Q-tip and put it on there, and they'll charge you an extra $15, $20 for chrome at the nail salon. Suck it. There's so many different, like, and I don't have to use the nail. Like, I'm like learning. Yeah, it's taken a little bit. They're a little bumpy, but I mean, I had clickety clacks on last year. Oh yeah, we're also going to be doing skill building. Okay, that reminds me. Getting back on track. So, anything that has to do with the occult and shadowy topics that people find or whatever, it's going to be on this channel. You're going to find that info. But we are also going to be getting into motivation and ADHD techniques and just self-improvement along with a little look into my life. But when you see this will be posted on the other channel. The other channel is called Mara Bird Inc., like INK Incorporated. So Mara Bird Incorporated. And you can head over there. I started a very long time ago under Inc. with a K, and it was kind of like my travel, whatever. So you can see some of the stuff I did posted in 2020, and then I took a huge hiatus while I was managing Airbnbs and what have you. And while I was basically undercover. And so now I'm able to kind of open myself up to the public now that all of these indictments, everybody is getting arrested and all of the things. I can kind of come out and say hello. Hello. All of the hitmen have sung like canaries. So now all the craziness has gone down, and I know y'all don't believe me, and that's okay. The book will be, you'll find out in the book. And so it's been a little crazy. So now I can kind of like buckle down and really get to what I really love doing, and that's teaching people, right? Like Jesus says, teach a man to fish. I don't know if Jesus said that, but I always think about Jesus and the fish. No, that's a totally different story. But they say, give a man a fish, he'll eat for one day. Teach a man to fish, and he'll eat forever. The other channel, Mara Bird Inc., will be just more of the lighter stuff. This will be a little heavier. You'll get more of my rants and raves, just because I feel like it's also important because I do have business clients that I don't mix. People. I'm very, I grew up in the church. I'm very cognitive. I almost became a pastor. Like I took religious studies, like seriously. So I'm very open, and I actually my own moral code is taken from many different religions and kind of cobbled together, and that's how I consider myself do right from wrong, like what I believe in, right? Not what anybody else tells me. And so that's why it's like Timothy Leary, right? Think for yourself, question authority. We should always be doing that. Best thing you can do is shut off the news. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen to the news. I was going to say something. I'm not going to. I'm going to rein it in. So I'm going to have a 4-part series, and I'm uploading all of them, and it is 31 streams of income. So for the haters in the back, if you want to go hate and figure out what's next, you're going to have 31 streams of income to try and attack. Or you could get an idea, be inspired by it, and go and create passive income streams for yourself. So I hope you get inspired instead of triggered. But either way, I'm opening up because this is a journey that I'm on. This is a journey for me to create my own legacy that is outside of anyone else, not under anybody else's last name, not under anybody else's bank account, not anybody else's investment. This is something I'm building, and these are things I'm building myself and that are legal, because it's very important for me to be legal. People have been saying I've been doing all this illegal stuff. I'm under 24-hour surveillance. Nobody really realizes that. Okay. So anything, my bank, anything, anywhere I go, I'm under surveillance. Okay. So by many different organizations. So that means if you're surveilling me, you're being surveilled, just so you know. So when you type Marin to the Googles, you're now being tracked. Bet. So that being said, 31 streams of income. I hope you get inspired. And then I'm just going to be vlogging about it, because because I am ADHD, right? I've had to figure out a way for me to be able to finish projects. It's very easy for me to start projects, very difficult for me to see them through. And they have to be something I'm passionate about. And what I'm not passionate about with, even going to Wild Child Tarot, because I was like, I just gotta say what I want. It was Brat Summer, right? No, I thrive. What gets my goat going in the morning is teaching other people, because tarot saved my life. Card divination saved my life, as well as my psychic abilities. And I didn't even know I had abilities. A lot of people out here are addicted to alcohol, addicted to drugs, addicted to sex, all these things. And really, it's they're psychics, little psychics that have been beat down by the man and molested and essayed, right, all their lives, because people saw their light and wanted to keep that little light down. Well, now this little light of ours is going to shine. Okay. And so that's what this channel is going to be. So I invite you to go over to Bara Bird Inc. Those videos will be live, and you can go be as nosy as you want. But again, like I said, I hope you're inspired. I've said that like 18,000 times, but this is really, everybody's like, oh, it's the holidays now, right? It's like time to get fat. And I'm like, no, this is like time to get ready for January. I typically lose weight during the holidays because I used to work in the restaurant business. So it was like weekends. I never had that off. I worked in aviation. I had weekends off. Are you kidding? And then when I did work in jobs that were 9 to 5, I worked at the restaurant and catering on the weekends. So I just have no concept. And the holidays are like hustle time. And so I still have that hustle, right? I've been working since I was 14 and I am 44, y'all. I've been working, but now I work for myself. Mm. Also, just to know, in January, I will be taking applications for people to work with for my bird dog investigative group. So any of my psychics, intuitives, remote viewers, anything like that, brush up on your skills. I'll be opening up a little academy like type of deal to help to help those skills go along further outside of what we're going to do here on YouTube or wherever you're watching. And so it's going to be really exciting, and I look forward to connecting with you. So I'm going to hop off. I will be doing collective reads. A lot of them will be it's someone in the vicinity that you need to know about, or whatever comes up. The messages will still be messages, but I'm not doing these love readings unless it's specific that you need to know, right, of someone that's like actually cheating. And I'll have, if it's something like that, like when we're doing general reads, this is what I tell people. If you get 30% of the read resonates with you, you got a good reader on your hands. That's like somewhat tapped into your right. We're reading for hundreds, thousands of people, right? Sometimes 500,000 you've got readers. So, but how do those people, right? And it's because we're able to pick up on little, like it comes to us, right? And when you have a bigger collective, you're going to get more messages, right? The messages are going to be very small because whoever's watching me, I only have less than 1,000 people, right? These are messages for you, right? And sometimes they're past, they're present, and they're future. So people are like, that doesn't resonate with me. Well, it might in a month, because my readings pop up on me a year later. That karma read, tower season, is happening right now. Yeah, and my reads come up for me, and I'm like, oh, or 3 months later, and it'll be like a pick a pile, and I have to like pick my own, and I'm like, so I have to actually go back, and we're going to talk about this when you're in flow. People are like, oh, when you're channeling, I hate that word because there's such a bad connotation. I was terrified of that word, and now it's just like, no, it's just like a basketball guy like going down the court, right, and like being in flow and like making it's actually science. It's called theta state, right? So when you can drop into theta, which I decided to get really good at. So once I started dropping to theta, I was able to access, different abilities and make better observations of the people around me, like, and be able to pick up on more subtle body language and micro expressions. And people just don't, also they see this, right, but they don't see this. And I used to think that I was just like, oh, I wish people, and I used to be a little smarty pants, know it all, brainiac, always telling people about themselves. And now I just stay quiet and let them make their assumptions based on my looks. And then they really show themselves to me and what they really think of me. Like a person that, like, you know, is nasty to you, like they're like, you know, a good friend and this, that, and the other, and then they start getting like, you don't do that to people you like. And I don't hang around people that don't like me. Unfortunately, for most people, I get within 20 feet of them and I know whether they like me or not. I can remote view them and know whether they like me or not, like before I go to the concert. But that's just too much energy. And people, I'd rather save that for the people that are paying or the people that I care about. All right. So that being said, yeah, I'm going to leave a link to my other channel. So please go check that out. Support, leave a like, please leave a comment. If you're nasty, you'll get blocked. No worries. And yeah, if you throw it, there's a lot of magic. I'm just gonna pay if you're planning on throwing some stuff at my income streams, you got another thing coming. Just for the peanut gallery. Okay, I love y'all. We'll see you at the next read, which is going to be done in just a minute. And yeah, I just want to give you a little heads up on everything. Yay! Bye!